Speaking of going into Mania with the card and everything like that, they're doing the multi tag team matches, but some things might be changed, and there might be a little bit of Cody news and what they're doing with Rollins.
Yeah, so the card is fluid, as I said. Like they're not changing Brock and Roman. Steve Austin's going to be there, and what capacity? Like that remains still up in the air even right now. But I believe it will still be just be a talk show. You know your women's title matches, so they know what they're doing with the main stuff. Everything else is fluid, which includes Cody Rhodes. Now there is space for Cody Rhodes on this card. Cody Rhodes is supposed to be on the WrestleMania card, but
You
if
don't
he's
think he's
not,
just showing up the day after Mania? You actually think he's going to be? I mean, is this opinion that you know he's going to be at Mania, or or do you know for sure he's being at WrestleMania or whatever?
there's a space for Cody Rhodes on the Mania card, but they can't agree on where they're going to get him on or how they're going to do this. And I'll talk about that now. So what they've done is that multi-man tag team match that was supposed to be the Usos, Nakamura, and Boogs. We spoke about that last week, and they've already started the build up for that now. So thank you, Husey, again. Usos, Nakamura, Boogs, New Day, Sheamus, and Holland, and the I forget their name now. The Lotharios. So these guys were supposed to be in a multi-man tag match or tag team turmoil or something to get everybody on the card. What they've done is they've set up separate feuds between Boogs and Nakamura and Sheamus and Holland and the New Day with the tank and it with the scooter thing. What's it called?
Yeah, ATV.
ATV, that's it. So they've set up separate feuds for that. Now they can merge this together, obviously, if they want to just make it one match, if the card's getting too full. But they need to make as many matches as possible because they've got two nights, especially when you lose matches like Randy Orton and Riddle are now just keeping the tag belts, so they'll defend the tag belts, and the tag belts are going to be defended anyway. So you lose that Orton Riddle match because Orton, and the reason for that is Orton Riddle are going to be red hot merchandise sellers during WrestleMania with their collective merchandise, as opposed to, and you know how Mania works. Like, you know, people are sitting there going, "Oh, you're just covering your." No, go to WrestleMania and like get out your mum's basement and have a look what goes on. Save your money and live out your dreams. I can get to 15 WrestleManias from England because I actually I'm successful. And you
I thought you were
can't
going to
get
say
there
Mark.
Successful Mark. But if you're watching a YouTube show about wrestling and you live in the USA and you've never been to America, you need to sort your life out. There's no excuse for that.
Or
if you're this much of a,
you mean if they've never been to WrestleMania?
Yeah,
you said if they're in America and haven't, or if they're in the United States and haven't been to America.
Is that what I said?
Listen, that's why I'm like, hold on a minute. Okay.
It's 2:55. It's 2:55.
I mean, listen, WrestleMania, I mean, is not a cheap thing to do and go with, and you got to have budget to go with things like that. I mean, things got to work out.
Yeah, exactly. They might not have the people that comment on there might not have any friends. I don't think they have. My point is that you know and I know that it's not one day, right? It's not, or it's 2 days now, but it's not just those 2 days. The WrestleMania shop is open for a week. Cav, tell people the size of that thing and the things that you can get there and the things that are made specifically for WrestleMania. You talk about it because apparently if I say, oh, Matt Riddle and Randy Orton kept the belts because they're going to make $1 million on their at WrestleMania, how much validity is there to what I'm saying based on the fact that you've seen that?
The shop at these places are worth going by itself. Like, even if you don't have a ticket to Mania and just want to enjoy everything that goes on and go to the fan fest and everything, the shop is enormous.
It's half an arena.
A convention center. Yes.
Yeah, turned into a shop. Just to give right.
And it is totally like going to a Target and looking through the shirts and everything. And they have stuff that they weren't selling a while back, which was the Slammies and Undertaker's urn in a casket and all the different jackets, which you just really wouldn't see a lot of stuff. And you see a lot of people walking around. Like, I was saying hello to the Bella's mother who was walking around and just happened to be there. I was like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" And she was actually the one who said, "Hi, how are you?" Walking past. It's enormous.
Let me show you a couple of. Just talk for a second. I'll show you a couple of.
I know what exactly you're about to show. Yes, when you were there with your son, but it is everything under the sun, even down to that horrible Birdie B, clothing line that they have there. But it's a wrestling mark's dream to go and buy a bunch of nonsense, because I like to buy, like I was just looking online recently to see there you go. See, they're just walking around the shop and it's like, wow, that's odd, because you see someone and you're like, wait a minute. I thought you were going to show the bigger name.
No, I am. I'll show you now. So what happened is that we were walking around. And I pointed out Linda McMahon, and my son was just looking at her, and the security guard clocked it. This is when she was like running, by the way. She was involved with Donald Trump. So she had national security with her. So they asked her if he would like a photo opportunity with Linda. Now he goes over, and obviously this makes her look really good. So everybody's like, look how many people are like looking. And on the other side of this, I'm standing with all of these 20 cameras that are taking this photo.
And it's so funny that you're always involved in this stuff.
And then she does the whole like, can you see this? Can you see like
the BS, the kissing babies thing? Yes.
Can you see it? Yeah. Can you see the security in the back there?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the guy that's the guy in the black that called us over.
And it's so staged and fake, where it's like, now I'm going to look like I'm a concerned, talking to the children and, so personable and all this stuff, where they're like, hey, let's stage this. Give me a break. That's unbelievable.
They asked, look at that photographer there getting the shot on that.
Oh my God. Now let me hold this here for a little bit, right? You get the shot. And then afterwards, she kicked your son in the face when she walked by, right? She shoved him to the floor and said, get these disgusting little people away from me. She goes, learn your A to Z's, because it's not Z, son. Stop that. She gave him a slap.
I'm trying to think of something iconic that she even said, apart from "I want a divorce." Like that's the only line that's coming into my head. But yeah, I mean, so that's the kind of stuff that you see. So that I don't know if you got a grasp of from those photos. The massive,
no, I mean, you can't see the size of the place. It's a department store, is what it is, and like the funny thing is all the belts in that one section. They have every belt possible that they sell, and it is a big tower behind them of everything with the price tag on it.
Do you know who this is?
Oh God, yeah. What's her name? Ivy or Izzy? Izzy, right?
Izzy. It is the young Izzy.
Young Izzy. Now she's like those Brock Lesnar guys and all that stuff. She has to wear the same nonsense to be famous. Now Brock Lesnar guy is Brock Lesnar singing Judas guy, I think, because he was on that AEW pay-per-view now.
This is the car park
with Jimmy and his Rogaine.
Yo, what up? This is Conan, and I host Keeping It 100, my co-host, Disco Inferno, unfortunately.
Well, I'd say you're my co-host.
Listen, every Thursday here on Spreaker, we talk pro wrestling, sports, movies, music, TV, pop culture, and some politics. It's everything the rest of the pro wrestling podcasts are not.
Tune in to hear myself, the superior one, educate and inform.
Tune in to hear me bury Disco.
That's very disrespectful.
Join us every Thursday on Spreaker and keep it 100. Boom!